Hi, it's Dr. Libby Karen Thompson, and this is Tame Your Brain number 21. We're just having a small shuffling of cats and kittens today. The little babies have decided they're now very big and grown up and running everywhere, so this will be fun. Today is something I'm going to ask for your help on. What is it you're finding the biggest challenge on at the moment? Because things have shifted, haven't they? They've gone from, when we started this, we were in the crisis alarm phase, and it's shifted now. So get in touch, tell me what you're feeling and what would you like me to focus on. I was on a call this morning to somebody all the way over in New Zealand, which is lovely, who's watching these vids. I'm so pleased it's reaching people, and I'm so pleased people are getting value from it. But do tell me, what is it that I could do to be more useful to you right now? What do you want to focus on? What do you need right now? Because some of the messages I've been getting at the moment keep coming back to this one word of relationships, and the other word is clarity. Those are the two biggest themes. So I'm going to link those two together today. I'm going to switch camera now because they're already jumping about, and let's see if you can spot your favourite furball. So we've got all of them now motoring around. Hi! And that one's just kicked herself in the face enough so she thought something was hurting her. Brilliant. So we've, as you see, got some more activities for them to do. Got some little balls of paper that they can play with. This is the age when they begin to focus on things, but who knows if they can actually see them yet. But we begin to throw things at them and see what they do, and then they gradually just start interacting. So clarity is the first step of my Tame Your Brain coaching program. It's the first step of the program that I run in corporate companies, and the T stands for terrain of tame, because it's all about what's really under your feet, because very often it's not the same as the map you hold in your head. You can think certain things about your reality, but they may not be your actuality, and I think I've suggested this before. So when we have our reality, it's a version of what's actually there, and we form the model of the world, age 7 to 9 years old, and we're really very much guided by what we're seeing about us, and we then carry that with us into the wider world, usually into our relationships. So we talked yesterday about how some of the emotions we experience on a regular basis are because we've set up a series of triggers and a series of feelings and switches of when this happens, then I shall feel that. So we need to get clear what's really going on. And we need to shine a blinding light on where our feet are really planted, because we have to be bold enough to see things as they really are, not worse than they are and not better than they are. And that's the trick, that's clarity. And how can you know what to do next if you don't know where you're starting from? And we can't be misled by our patterning that suggests to us a certain thing which may or may not be true. So with our partners, we fall into habits and certain ways of meeting our needs. Sometimes rows are to create a bit of variety and, ironically, more connection, and sometimes even significance. I know that sounds contrary, but there's a hugely greater energy to having a row than there is to sitting slumped on the sofa just binging on TV and food and booze. You know, that's a very low energy sport. And this can happen with families too, and leaving aside the teenage path, which I refuse to call a phase, it's diminished by doing so, like it's not valid because of the age they are. Every emotion comes from something, and teens must pull away from this and think that we are complete morons, so that they can then form their version. I'm getting scratched to hell by this one. Look at you, ridiculous creature. So teens need to feel we are absolute Burks. My daughter's completely scathing of me, and probably will be for another 2 years, until she forms her own version of reality. And so in relationships, we can see them as transactions, and I'll cover that more on its own session, but just view the last row transaction that you had with a partner or a family member or a work relationship. And here's the thing. If at any time someone said, you always or you never, then that's what's called a global belief system. It's rooted on a pattern, and as such is based on their map of you rather than the terrain, rather than the actuality of you. Because it's a global, no one always does anything. But here's the trick. What's good is always there, and so is what's bad. Nothing has any meaning other than the meaning you give it. And in an extreme end of the scale, for example, if you're looking for evidence of them cheating on you, them coming home late from work is a massive red flag. things have the meaning we give them, as I've said lots before. However, if you're trying to connect and you're always looking at the good in a situation, your brain will map out a completely different version of events from that same experience. It'll be they're working really hard, they're trying to support you. Look at you. This one's still trying to eat my leg. It's really helpful. Go and have a run. So when we look at what's good or what's bad, it's based on our global belief system, and everything comes back to your beliefs. Everything. So have a think about that. I'm going to close here as I've just crammed 3 big concepts in 10 minutes, and each could really be their own piece. I'll do the 4 R's of relationship tomorrow, which is a really interesting piece. And please guys, do reach out to me. I'm a connection junkie anyway, and I love feedback. And I'm so chuffed to have been speaking to New Zealand this morning and hear that it's making a difference all the way over there. And I've got to be honest, slightly gutted not to be living there right now. But tell me how I can help you in this coming week. What do you need? Either comment on the thread or drop me a line at libby@camkaren.com. And if you really want to get immediate help, if you're struggling or just can't see what to do next, book in a free clarity call with me. That's what the lady did today. We actually cover quite a lot in 30 minutes, and I can help you get your terrain sorted under your feet so you've got that clarity and so you can thrive on this next phase. So thanks for coming along today, guys. It's camkaren.com as ever, and the Facebook page is libbykt. Karen, and stay well, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.